What's good? It's your boy, Trouble T Roy. Hit, don't get hit, boxing talk. And we back with another one. And it goes. Shakur Stevenson is retiring, y'all. It's like I'm playing. I don't nobody believe that shit. Moving on. So, it's rumors from what I understand so far, just rumors. I haven't seen any sources or any sources or Canelo himself say this, but apparently it's some rumors out that Canelo will be facing Jermall Charlo and then Terrence Crawford to finish off his contract with the PBC. Like I said, it's only rumors. Don't know yet. Canelo hasn't spoke on it yet, him or his team. So rumors are rumors, but these are pretty big rumors for the boxing community. There's a lot of people talking about this right now. A lot of people are very opinionated about this. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't like it. Me personally, how I feel, I would rather see Benavidez and then Crawford. And the reason I say this is because both Canelo and Benavidez just came off a fight. They're both coming off fights. They can make the fight in May for the American-Mexican day. I mean, being that Benavidez is American-Mexican and then you have Canelo who is Mexican, I think that would be a perfect date. They're both fresh off of fights. They can both get training camp started real soon. Actually, I mean, they got a lot of time before May, but yeah, it just sounds right. And then, being that Canelo, I feel, will beat Benavidez, go ahead and make the Crawford fight at the end of the year. And I say that also because I don't believe Crawford is fighting Spence again. So, and from there's rumors that Spence is not going to do the rematch. He doesn't want to do it. Supposedly, I'm not sure if that's true. That's the rumors. I don't know. Somebody could confirm that for me. But there are rumors that Spence doesn't want to go through with the rematch with Crawford. So with that being going on, hopefully they announce whether that's going to happen soon or not. And then if not, Crawford could look into his next fight for the early this year, going up to 54 or even I would say 160. It don't look like he can't get the Tim Tszyu fight because Tim Tszyu is about to gear up against Keith Thurman. So that's pretty much out the picture for early year for a Crawford Tszyu fight. So Crawford could look into some options at 154 or 160 that just so he could get accoladed to higher weight classes. That way, by the time the end of the year come, Canelo wants that Crawford smoke. Crawford at least has moved up a couple weight classes, so he's a little more acclimated to the higher weight classes, which makes sense to me. Plus, also making it the last fight of his contract, it will be once again undisputed undisputed, just like he did with Jermall Charlo. It just kind of makes sense. The best versus the best. Number one versus number two, even though technically a new way is number one. I would say Crawford's number two and Canelo's number three. But as far as realistically, when it comes to fighter versus fighter, number one Crawford versus number two Canelo, or you can switch it if you want to, because either way it's 1 and 2. So yeah, that's the way I see it. I don't think Jermall Charlo deserves a shot at Canelo. He hasn't done anything. He was out of the ring for about 3 years. Came back to fight Benavidez. Came back for a catch weight at that. Didn't even make the weight that he needed to make. So, and he didn't defend his belt against Benavidez. And he says he's not going back to 160. It's like you come back after 3 years of layoff and just all say, think that you just could, just slide right into a slot against Canelo. That just doesn't make sense. If that's Canelo wants, then it is what it is. I think he stops Jermall. He couldn't stop Jermall because Jermall ran for 12 rounds. I think Jermall is dumb enough to actually try to exchange and fight with Canelo and get knocked out. That's just my opinion. So, but me personally, like I said, Jermall hasn't done anything to earn a shot against Canelo. At least Jermall became undisputed in his division. Jermall ain't even fought anybody in his own division at 160. And everybody he's fought, he's looked worse and worse. So Canelo definitely wouldn't get anything out of fighting Jermall Charlo. Benavidez is the fight I do want to see for sure. That's the only fight I really care to see Canelo in. Crawford and Canelo is just like you know what, if it happens, it happens. I definitely will support it. But I would rather see Benavidez for sure. Make that a for sure fight. I want to see that fight. Me personally. I think Benavidez done enough to earn it. It was a former champion, well, two-time champion if you want to look at it. He lost the belt once, then got it back, and then lost it again. But that's neither here nor there. That's due to his own lack of discipline. He didn't lose the belt to anybody. He lost the belt to his bad habits. So, like I said, that's neither here nor there. But former champion at 168 was really the last WBC champion at 168 before Canelo. Beat Plant, who Canelo knocked out. He went 12 rounds with him. Canelo knocked him out and took his O. So you could take that how you want to take it. Beat Andre to a stoppage at that, made him quit on the stool, which was a good look, even though I don't really take that win as such a big win, considering Andre never fought anybody in his whole career, has never fought another champion, never unified, blah, blah, blah. But he did beat Andre, who was undefeated. He took his O and he took it very convincingly. So, and he's been running at 168 his whole career. I forget how many fights he's in. He's up there, 20, 30 something fights. I can't remember. But he's been rocking at 168 for a while now, and he's been successful, undefeated. Like I said, former champion. And as far as 168 goes, I believe he is number one under Canelo. So that's why I think that fight should happen. Whether they do it in May or September, I don't care. I just think that fight definitely needs to happen. So if they can make something happen between Benavidez and Canelo, and then Crawford and Canelo, or the other way around, Crawford and Canelo in May, Benavidez and Canelo in September. Either way, I think that would be the best options, in my opinion. I think that's what the fans would like to see. But Benavidez for sure. If nothing else, get Benavidez, because I do believe, if I'm correct, he has 2 more fights on his contract with PBC. I'm pretty sure that, I keep seeing people saying he only has 1 fight. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure he has 2 more fights left. That's why he's been talking about 2 more opponents. So, yeah. So, that's how I feel about the whole thing. Ain't really much to it. Boxing right now is looking real good this year. Everything's so far been very been cracking so far. It was a good Munguia versus Ryder was lit. That fight was lit. Munguia is actually another I would say option. He could be an option. I would say I don't know if they just gave him a belt. I don't know if it was an interim belt for the WBC, but they gave him a belt after he beat Ryder. So, and he beat Ryder. obviously convincingly stopped him. Ryder is a dog. He just didn't have no answers for Munguia. And like I said on Twitter, the answer was the uppercut. Me and my bro kept saying, we watched the fight and we kept on saying, shoot the uppercut. He's open for it. Munguia was open for the uppercut all night, but for some reason, Ryder didn't start shooting that uppercut till I think the round before he got stopped. And when he started finally shooting it, it was very effective. But too little, too late. It was just too late. He was already physically, mentally out of it by that time. And Munguia is one of those fighters, like I said, he's going to just keep on coming at you until you go down. And you're going to get up, he's going to keep coming at you again until you go down. And that's how he fights. That's how he fights. He gets your back on the ropes and he just goes in on you. He's going to keep on pouncing on you until you go down. And it's just going to keep on happening. If you ain't got an answer for him, if you can't keep him in the middle of the ring, for one, if you let him back you up into the ropes, it's just nothing you could do at that point. He's just going to keep on pouncing until you're down. You know, that's just Munguia. Very aggressive, very pressure, a lot of pressure. He puts pressure on people. That's how he gets them out of there. And he's still young, still fairly young. And he's definitely reached his grown man strength. I think him going up in weight, coming in young and going up in weight as he's been going has been probably very beneficial for him. Like a lot of these other guys who try to keep on cutting, stay at the same weight and keep on cutting as they're getting older and they're just hurting themselves in their power. I think he's doing it the right way where he's like, you know what? I got to go up. I feel like I feel stronger going up. You know, I don't want to keep on cutting myself down and hurting myself because that's when I start losing it. You know, like a lot of these other fighters, like Benavidez, I think he's been at 168 for too long. He should have been at 175 a long time ago, but for some reason, he likes to talk all this mess about Bivol and what he would do to him, but he won't go up to 175 and fight him, which is what he could have done plenty of times. Somebody brought up a good point the other day. I was listening to somebody's live and they said all this time Benavidez been sitting around, you know, wasting time chasing Canelo. He could have gone up to 175 if he felt like he's so good, beat Bivol and then beat Beterbiev, became undisputed up there, and use that as a lead to get into a Canelo fight. Because there you go, I'm undisputed at 175. Canelo, you're undisputed at 168. Let's come together and make this happen. You know, but Benavidez, I'm sorry, he runs his mouth more than he shows. You know, I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. I think Canelo will show us that once they do fight. If they do fight, I hope they do fight. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, so I think Munguia could be another option. So, but right now what I'm hearing the most is Jermall Charlo, then Terrence Crawford for Canelo's last two fights on his contract. So we will see what happens with that. Regardless, like I said, boxing 2024 so far has been lit. Let's see what's going to happen next. I know we have Conor Ben fighting this weekend, so that'll be interesting. I'll be watching that, see what he's looking like, and you know, we got a lot of fights. Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. That's I just believe that this is Keith Thurman's retirement fight. I think Tim Tszyu is going to take him out. I think Tim Tszyu is going to be the first and the only to take Keith Thurman out of here. I think he stops him, me personally. Yeah, I don't think Keith Thurman could take a body shot from Tim Tszyu and just run for the rest of the fight. I think Tim Tszyu will find a way to get to him and really stop him, hurt him and stop him. That's just my opinion. We will see. So, anyways, we'll leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit, don't get hit, boxing talk. This is Troy, Trouble T. Roy, and all that good shit. You already know what it is. All right, y'all. Peace.